Hey everyone, and welcome to Darkson Gaming. My name is Chris, and in today's video we are going to talk about when Part 2 is going to be coming, and maybe some of the different things that we could expect when it comes down to Part 2. So, when kind of looking at everything within the game news, we know that if you go into the actual Worldwide Celebration Grand Departure campaign, and kind of take a look at everything throughout here, you could see we definitely know that the celebration is going to end on October the 5th. That's when all these things here are all going to be ending. Banners going away. You can actually see different things of that nature. So that's a pretty solid guess that that's when that'll go away. So what is going to be the next banner? I personally think it's going to end up being Kid Gohan with the Garlic Jr. side units. And then they'll be able to kind of let that go through the month of October. We may end up getting something a little different. It's going to be hard to say, but pretty confident that's what we could bank on. But then going through here, trying to figure out exactly when Part 2 of this current celebration is going to take place. If we actually scroll down and take a look here, our first indication is going to be off of the super discounts on the Dragon Stones. So this right here, you could see that they end on 9/15, which is September 15th, and it ends right before reset or whatnot over on, I think it's actually right before reset, or maybe it's actually after. So that's going to be pretty interesting on that standpoint. Not to mention, if you actually look a little bit more of an indication that the 5th is going to be when the next banner unit is going to come out, it's because the Premium Dragon Stone pack is not going to get renewed when the refresh happens. It's those are only available till October the 4th. So that's a pretty good indication, again, of what's probably going to end up happening. And that's a Monday, which makes sense. So units typically do drop on Tuesdays. So again, kind of all makes sense for the end of the celebration and the start of the next one. But then if we actually kind of continue to scroll down here, we will see the Ginyu Force part is something we'll talk about here in just a moment. But going all the way through, again, more 10-5s, 10-5s, everything from that standpoint. But Mysterious Ritual, number one way you can tell when a new banner will drop or anything else on that. Again, you can see there at on Pacific Standard Time, it's going to be 10:30. So that's going to be when the banner goes away and refreshes, and that's usually when the top legendary summon banner will come out. So that's a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. Now, I would love to sit there and say we should see a data download happen at some point, maybe this coming up week on the 8th or 9th, but it's hard to say just because of the fact that we don't know what they'll end up doing. But I do think we'll still end up getting a data download here pretty soon, because I think that some content for Part 2 is going to start coming out about that time. And since nothing's in the files, it has to come through as a data download. So that's going to be approximately when we think we're going to end up getting that Part 2 LR. I do not think it's going to be a dual LR. They haven't done it before in the past, but you know what? We're in completely uncharted territory, so it's hard to say what they'll end up doing. But I do still think it'll only be one LR, and I think it'll still end up being something a little bit more Namek Saga related. Not to mention, we do have a couple different things that are going to be popping around that I think are going to really point towards what we're going to end up with. So we do have I guess the first thing is going to be what LRR do we think we're going to get? I mean, I think we're going to lean something a little bit more towards the fight with the fight against Frieza. So I think either some form of Vegeta in his Namek armor, or we're going to turn around and end up seeing something along the lines of like a Gohan and Krillin unit, because that'd be a pretty cool, fun unit to be able to turn around and really do. Now, one of the things that a lot of people are talking about right now is actually the potential for a Bardock LR, which could definitely happen. I mean, you've got a couple different things going on with it. This guy right here, we know that we're going to be getting a JP versus Global campaign or event that's going to be happening, and the two cards that come out is going to be a Frieza for I believe it's Frieza for the loser and Bardock for the winner. Either which way, it's one of those two. Those are the ones that we're going to be getting. So that's where people started speculating. Could it be this guy getting an easy A? Definitely deserving of an EZA in the way that they're kind of situating some of the different things, especially with the Ginyu Force coming around and how their Team Bardock is used to help get the Ginyu Force EZAs. I think that definitely does make a whole lot of sense. But a new Bardock LR, I don't know what you would go to. I mean, we have the same name update, so we wouldn't have to worry about much. But the Bardocks, I mean, the STR one is a pretty good unit, and even this guy here, I mean, I could see his LR being something pretty decent. You know, he's able to get some pretty decent attack. I mean, even for when he first came out, along with some good defense. I mean, he was able to be pretty beneficial. So it's hard to say. I really would be surprised if they would do that, because that kind of goes along with a different. I don't know. It's hard to say. I wouldn't be surprised if they turn around and EZA this guy. But coming out with a completely brand new LR, I would be personally a little bit surprised with. I think Bardock, any more LRs would probably be more suited along heroes. So that'll be pretty interesting to see what ends up happening on that standpoint. But then when it also goes down and talks about the Ginyu Force, here we have, take a look at the units we've got. Obviously, we've been able to get Goldo and Raccoon have been the... Where are they? They're there. Goldo and Raccoon are the units that have come out. EZA'd already, very good EZAs. The next two is going to be Berter and Jace. I cannot find it. I can't tell you exactly where I'd seen it, but I don't know why. I'm feeling like I saw that they were coming out on the 8th or 9th. And then Ginyu was coming out on the 16th, which I don't know why they would EZA everybody in the Ginyu Force and not EZA this guy right here. So, with the Ginyu Goku and Ginyu Force unit, so I would think that he's going to get his EZA, but maybe he's going to be more of a traditional EZA. We know that we are getting Goku, the transforming Goku. That one's above and beyond. We know that one's going to happen. But the fact that, you know, they've been really good about giving a whole lot of LRs. It's just they're not really giving us a transforming LR or a unit, because I think the Zarbon's going to become a Zarbon Dodori unit. This right here is just pretty interesting. I mean, I think that I could see him getting his own 30 stone to go along with it. Again, just some way to kind of give us more stones throughout the celebration. But Berter and Jace are going to be two units that are going to come through. Really can't wait. I mean, I have no idea what his side main leader skill will turn around and be, because they've been coming out free, or the free-to-play leader skills, 77% leader skills for categories. So I don't think he wouldn't be in Human Deeds. Not even Jace. I mean, they all kind of protected each other, so I don't think it would necessarily be that. I don't know, since he's so much around speed, I could see him greatly raising his, or either greatly raising his defense or raising his attack and defense infinitely as being the stacker. And then I think it could be attack and defense key boost. I could see him jumping them up to 20%. And then his high chance could become a great chance. I mean, you could almost see him becoming on the level of, like, I can't imagine they would go to a UI with great, but hey, you never know. I mean, they've been going pretty solid on these units. And then Jace, I mean, you're talking about it, just an amazing unit with the fact that he can raise his allies' attack and then also give key and attack, which I'm sure is going to go key attack and defense for everybody, plus foresee enemy super attacks. That's just huge. I mean, so pretty fun. I think there's going to be a lot of fun things that come along with that, but I think that their units are going to be dropping on the 8th or 9th, and then Ginyu on like the 16th, and I can't remember where I saw that at, but I swear I saw that somewhere. But that's kind of everything that I think is going to be going on in part 2, but that's pretty much it. That's today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go down and hit that red subscribe button, and don't forget that notification bell so you're notified each and every time that I'm uploading a new video. But otherwise, that's it. That's today's video. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think are going to be some part 2 items that are going to come out, along with your ideas for a start time. But otherwise, that's it. That's today's video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.